It's now less than a month until most Florida schools will be back in session. The doors will open in 41 public school districts on August 10th. The earliest start date is August 7th. That's in Franklin County. The latest is August 28th. That's in Hamilton County. Man, those kids got lucky, right? From kindergarten to college, what's the secret to getting your kids ready for the new school year? Educational psychologist Bobby Hoffman is here to talk more about it. He's also an author called Hack Your Motivation, over 50 science-based strategies to improve performance. Yeah, we do, right?
Hacks for parents and for kids.
I love it. Well, so glad you're here. Thank you for being here, Doc.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about this, because I think there is a lot of trepidation among children as they approach that first day of school. They're nervous about so many things. They're nervous about meeting their teacher, about their friends. Can I do these math problems? Is it going to be harder? How do we prepare them?
Well, the first thing is to be prepared. So thinking about in advance what issues or trauma or trepidation kids have when they go to school is really important. And for many of them, they associate going to school with a negative emotion because of perhaps past failures or uncertainty about the future, just like we would if we were changing jobs tomorrow. It's kind of that transition is really tough for them. So if you can put their mind at ease and have them think about, well, what happens if the kid sitting next to you says they don't like you? You know, how will you respond to that? How will that make you feel? So just walking them through these types of emotions, the emotional component is really important, as is the motivational component. But if you think about motivation in kids and how they grow up, and it certainly changes based upon the age, so it's very important to take into account where the child is developmentally. From a motivational perspective, they may see school as worthless. They may have beliefs about themselves, and this is really important. A lot of kids think that success in school is based upon ability, where in fact you and I know that those people that put forth the greatest effort are usually the most successful. But a lot of kids, they have this belief in their head, I'm not smart enough. So if parents can take the time to explore the emotions and to explore the motivations and how kids feel about school, how they believe they'll be successful, what obstacles they might encounter, it's really, really good from a planning perspective, because then they can think about it.
Can you teach a child to be self-motivated? Because I think that this is one thing I know a lot of parents struggle with, especially as the kids progress into middle and high school, and they get a B or a C, and they say, well, I just forgot to turn that assignment in. Can you teach that to a child, or is that innate?
You absolutely can teach that. And the research will say that children as young as 5 years old can be conscious and aware of their thinking process, and we call it metacognition. But it's knowing what's going on and understanding the reasons for their successes or their failures. And every single child, no matter what, has a special skill. It's up to the parent and the teacher to identify that skill and use it in a productive way. So, for example, I bet when you were a child, you were highly talkative and outgoing, right?
I may have had that on the report card a couple times.
Okay, so that can get you in trouble. But that can also get you a great career in the communications business. So we have to really nurture, first identify, and then nurture those skills and try to transition them into a positive way. And the most important thing I'd say to parents is that you don't want to sit down and say, okay, today we're going to tell you how to be a better student. No, you don't do that. You kind of infuse it into their day-to-day activities. So, you know, let's say you go to the beach and you're sitting on your lounge chair and your 5-year-old daughter is there and say, you know, why do you think they call this stuff over here sand? And they say, I don't know, Mommy, why is that? Well, it's between the sea and the land, and then you can start talking about the origin of words.
I didn't know that. That was very interesting.
I don't know if that's actually true, but it sounded
good.
No, but seriously, you can take advantage of all these opportunities. You know, count the beach chairs. What would happen if half the people didn't have beach chairs? How many beach chairs would we have? You know, so it doesn't have to be today we're going to talk about math. You have to
make learning fun all the time.
Well, yes and no. Too much fun detracts from learning. But if you can entertain and inform, like I do, and hack your motivation at the same time, it kind of sets the stage so there isn't that anxiety.
We're out of time. I really appreciate you being with us so much. Well, you're great. Dr. Hoffman, thank you. How can our viewers find you?
Excuse me? How can they
our
find
viewers
me?
find
They
you?
can find me anywhere on the internet,
Okay.
Certainly on Amazon. I'm a
Do you have a
professor at
website?
UCF. Absolutely.
Okay.
Hackyourmotivation.com.
There you go. Hackyourmotivation.com. Dr. Bobby Hoffman, thank you for
Ann.
being here with us this morning. We appreciate it. Bob, over to you.
Good deal. Thanks, guys.